Hello again, everybody. Lord Mackenzie here with another knife review. This one of the Brad Southard Mini Tolk. The Mini Tolk is a smaller version of the Tolk, but it has a lot of upgrades. It's not just a smaller version of that knife, which is fantastic. Now, let's get into a size comparison to start off. Like always, I'm going to compare everything to a small Sabenza. It's the yardstick, so let's compare it to it. Now, you got a little bit of a bigger knife with the Mini Tolk. That being said, I don't think that's a bad thing. It still looks proportional. When you're looking at the two knives, it's got a little bit of a bigger handle, a little bit of a bigger blade. In the closed position, there they are. Now it looks like the Sabenza is again just a little bit thicker. I like the slimness of the Mini Tolk. Alright, let's just put that out there. And you know what? I have my Shirogorov Neon I could put next to it. Why not? Now these guys are very comparable in size. Honestly, comparable in size, materials, price. And these guys are really close, actually. I think it was $650 for the Mini Tolk and $600 for the Neon. Neon has M390, Tolk has 20 CV. So, pretty comparable blade steels. Let's keep you on the field. How about that? Okay. Now, what I like about this knife is gonna be the materials. I love the blade. The Stonewash 20 CV is beautiful. Hides wear very well. See, it's interesting because he calls this still like a mid-tech knife, but you go on his website and you got to spec out how you wanted your knife made, which is pretty cool. You know, I wanted the bog oak inlays. I picked a 20 CV, the pivot collar, and the backspacer, both copper. I think it looks pretty. I also like the pocket clip on this guy. It's got enough ramp and enough area under there to actually hold your pants. You're not bunching up or anything, and you get a decent amount of knife to grab onto. Now this pocket clip does show some scratches. I've carried this knife and it shows. That being said, you can order like a Timascus clip or something straight from Brad, which is pretty cool. I thought about doing that with this knife, but I think it would kind of throw off the overall aesthetic. So I didn't do it, and it was kind of expensive. So what I like about this knife is going to be the action. Very smooth. Just pretty much, it drops. I've had a Grimsmo Rask, a Grimsmo Norseman. Now those knives are smoother. They completely drop the second you let go of the lock bar. This knife, it drops, but it takes more. There's more resistance, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you are. I like both. I regret selling my Rask. The Norseman, not so much. It was a little bit too big for me, but the Rask it's an amazing knife. A very expensive, amazing knife, but an amazing knife. Alright, let's get back into the mini tolk. It's made very well, fit and finish, all impeccable. Lockup, perfect. Centering, perfect. I like the bog oak inlays. I like that he kind of has his own, I don't know if you can see it, but got the date it was made in there, and then it's got the knife over there. Southard knives. Just a little engraving inside the knife. It's a little detail, but it's a detail that's nice. Now we have a titanium lock bar insert on here, or I mean a stainless steel lock bar insert on the titanium lock bar, which is nice. So you shouldn't wear away your titanium. It's going to be stainless or steel on steel. There's your lockup. Pretty much 50%. No lock stick or anything. Now I don't know if it does this for anybody, but that noise right there, when it sucks it in, the detent sucks the knife in. Hold on, let me do it when I'm not talking. It's just a beautiful noise. It's got a decent amount of jimping. The cuts up here are great for in-hand. Your thumb just rests right on that. Again, this kind of got one of those great grips for draw cuts. One of the things I don't 100% love about the knife is going to be the, looks like he missed it just a little bit, the edge coming down to the plunge. It's just a hair off. See that spot right there. Also, the pocket clip it's fantastic. It works very well. However, it's pretty I don't want to say it's flimsy, but I got it got caught on a thread of a couch and it bent up. I was able to take it off and bend it back. But, I mean, it might have happened with any of my knives. It could have happened with the Sabenza. It could have happened. Actually, I don't think it would have happened with the Neon. Because that thing, it's pretty robust. Like, it's still a milled clip like this one. But let's see, if you put them side by side. Just look how much thicker this clip is versus this one. This one's got more spring. It's a little bit easier. This one's not really as bendy, which kind of was why this was an issue. Fits great in the pocket. Alright, so let's get into the final conclusions with this knife. I love the blade, love the materials, love that you got to spec out your own knife. I don't love that little part of the sharpening, but I can fix that. The cutout is good for the lock bar. Great action. I would, I don't 100% love that gunk gets trapped up in the backspacer. I mean, you just gotta clean it out, but with those grooves in there, like, I don't know if they 100% needed to be there, or if they were gonna be there, just one big groove, so that you can get something in and just clean it out a little bit easier. But If you could get one of these knives, I would recommend doing it. It's worth the money, in my opinion. I would take this knife over this knife any day of the week, even though this one has a more robust pocket clip. You just gotta be kind of aware of that. Well, that's all I got for the Brad Southard Mini Tolk. As always, have a good one, guys.